The time is 1:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here's the news edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe and read by Tilani Piris. Isolation status of all areas lifted. More than 1 million have been given corona vaccines within 2 days. The circular issued calling all public servants to work as usual from Monday. Vehicle importers are to hold discussions with the finance minister. Nike says the pair of shoes with LTT symbol is not a product of their company. Coffee-producing villages are to be established targeting the export market. Veteran actress Hyacinth Wijeratne dies following a road accident. And on foreign news, Manila is to be under strict lockdown from Friday. And on sports news, the Tokyo Olympics gymnast Simone Biles withdraws from 2 more events. More than 1 million persons have been vaccinated during the last 2 days under the COVID vaccination program. More than 500,000 have been vaccinated for the second consecutive day yesterday. More than 7.6 million have been given the first dose of the Sinopharm vaccine. More than 1.7 million have been given the second dose of the Sinopharm vaccine. Meanwhile, the Sri Javadanapura University is to conduct a research to find the period of immunity in the body after giving the AstraZeneca vaccine. The Minister of Public Administration has issued a circular calling all public servants to work as usual from Monday according to guidelines. Accordingly, all circulars issued earlier to call a limited number of staff on an alternative basis and work from home have been cancelled. If an official has been subjected to quarantine, that period should be considered as a time with a salary payment. Meanwhile, public, private and interprovincial public transport services are scheduled to commence from tomorrow. Chairman of the Sri Lanka Vehicle Importers Association, Indika Sampath, says that businessmen in Japan who export vehicles from Japan to Sri Lanka have expressed willingness to provide credit for 2 years. He said that they expect to hold discussions with the finance minister in future. He further said that they are prepared to hand over a project to import vehicles which can earn foreign currency to the country. The Foreign Ministry said Nike has confirmed that the shoes depicted in the video circulating on social media, a pair of shoes bearing the Nike logo and the LTT insignia, have not been manufactured by Nike. It said in a statement that Nike also informed that they would investigate to the abuse of intellectual property rights and conduct appropriate enforcement as per company practices. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Nuwara Coffee Export Processing Villagers Program commenced under the patronage of Minister Bandula Gunawardena. The Sri Lanka Export Development Board is implementing the program. The program will initially target Nuwara, Kandy, Matale, Kagalla and Badulla districts to produce high-quality coffee targeting the export market. 500,000 Lak Parakung coffee saplings are scheduled to be distributed among select families. The program is implemented with a target to earn $10 billion by 2025. It is also expected to launch 300 villagers to produce coffee for export. The State Minister Susir Premajanta says that the world has experienced pandemics at various times. He said that pandemics such as corona have not occurred earlier. Therefore, he said that the people should also adapt to face such situations. He said that commencing research programs by research institutions, including Sri Javadanapura University, should be appreciated. He added that the government will provide facilities for such activities. Meanwhile, State Minister Professor Channa Jayasumana said more than 700,000 AstraZeneca vaccine doses will be brought to the country this evening as a donation from Japan under the COVAX facility. The director of the Family Health Bureau, Dr. Chitramali De Silva, said that a COVID-infected mother can breastfeed her child. If such mothers are at hospitals, they will be provided facilities to securely stay together without separating the mother and the child. She said that pregnant women who are suffering from illnesses should immediately attend the clinics and get vaccinated. Veteran actress Hyacinth Wijeratne has passed away in a motor accident that took place last night. Police said the van she was travelling in had fallen down a precipice at Lindula in Talava. She was in Nuwara for filming a teledrama and had been on her way back to Colombo at the time of the accident. Lindula police has arrested the driver of the van over the accident. She was 75 years of age at the time of her demise. A man from Kandy has uploaded nearly 100 child pornographic videos and pictures by himself into cyberspace or social media. Police spokesman SDIG Ajit Rohana said the new unit was established at the Children and Women's Bureau in Colombo last month in order to monitor the pornographic video clips and photos about children. The spokesman said that they have the IP addresses and telephone numbers of the suspect in order to take necessary action after the investigations. He said the police are engaged in patrolling the cyberspace all the time to monitor pornography-related incidents. That ends local news for now.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya.
The head of the National Operations Centre for Prevention of COVID-19 outbreak says all localities in Sri Lanka that were placed under isolation have now been released. Accordingly, the Army Commander General Shavendra Silva said there are no more isolated areas in the country at present. It came after the isolation orders imposed on Vadamarachi North Grama Niladhari division in the Jaffna district were lifted with effect from this morning. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And on Watchlight this afternoon, the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce announces the Best Corporate Citizen Sustainability Award 2021 for the 18th consecutive year. The Chamber expects to conduct the preliminary briefing on the application process on the 12th of August 2021, and the updates of the BCCS Awards 2021 will be posted on its social media platforms to create awareness amongst the prospective applicants. That came to in Watchlight. And we now move on with world news and the headlines first. Manila is to be under strict lockdown from Friday. Donald Trump ordered to hand over tax returns to Congress. Australia returns artworks of disputed origin to India. The Philippine government says it will reimpose a strict lockdown in Manila next week following the detection of a highly contagious Delta variant of the coronavirus. Officials announced on Friday that the capital region will be under the toughest possible restrictions based on a 4-level scale from August 6th to the 20th. Manila was most recently under the strictest version of lockdowns in March. The U.S. Justice Department has ordered the Internal Revenue Service to hand over former President Donald Trump's tax returns to Congress. The move reverses a 2019 finding that the request from the House Ways and Means Committee had taken. The decision appears to end a long legal battle over the records and is seen as a sharp legal blow to Mr. Trump. Although not required by law, every U.S. president since 1976, except Mr. Trump, has released their tax returns. The National Gallery of Australia is to return 14 works of art to India that are suspected of having been stolen, looted, or exported illegally. The religious and cultural artifacts include sculptures, photos, and a scroll, and are worth around $2.2 million. Gallery director Nick Mitswich said their return would close a very difficult chapter of our history. All but one of the works is connected to Subhash Kapoor, a former New York art dealer and alleged trafficker. Kapoor, who is awaiting trial in India, denies all charges. Back to the world news headlines. Manila is to be under strict lockdown from Friday. Donald Trump ordered to hand over tax returns to Congress. Australia returns artworks of disputed origin to India. That ends World News.
Development News is brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melba RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melba RB500, number one in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
Moving on with development news, work on 5 sub-projects related to the urban development project in connection with Colombo has been completed. The project has been implemented by the Land Development Corporation on the instructions from Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. The project was implemented to prevent Colombo city being submerged in rainwater. Work on St. Sebastian South Canal Pumping Station project, St. Sebastian Northern Canal Pumping Station project in Maradana, Kolonava Black Bridge, Canal Gate project, Gotatua Canal Gate and Ambatale Canal Pumping Station project have been completed. That was development news. And
Development News was brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melba RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melba RB500, number one in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
coming up, sports news. Simone Biles has pulled out of Sunday's vault and uneven bars gymnastics finals at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. The four-time Olympic champion, aged 24, withdrew from Tuesday's women's team final as well as Thursday's individual all-round final, saying she had to focus on her mental health. The American is to yet decide if she will compete in the floor and balance beam finals on Monday and Tuesday. Sprinter Blessing Okabe is out of the Tokyo Olympics after being suspended for failing a drugs test. The Nigerian, a rival to Great Britain's Dina Asher-Smith, had won her 100 meters heat yesterday and was due to race in the semi-finals today. The Athletics Integrity Unit said the 32-year-old had tested positive for a human growth hormone following an out-of-competition test on 19th July. Great Britain claimed a fourth swimming gold at an Olympics for the first time in 113 years by winning an inaugural 4x5 100 meters mixed medley relay in a world record time. The British quartet of Kathleen Dawson, Adam Peaty, James Guy and Anna Hopkin won in 3 minutes 37.58 seconds. Ethiopia's Selman Bagia upset world champion and world record holder Joshua Cheptegei to claim 10,000 meters gold in Tokyo's first athletics final. World 5,000 meters silver medalist Bagia surged clear on the final lap back straight and refused to be reeled in, winning in 27 minutes 43.22 seconds. That was sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Savings account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The Banker magazine has selected Bank of Ceylon among the 1,000 best banks in the world. General Manager of Bank of Ceylon has thanked the customers of the bank and the staff in connection with the recognition. Bank of Ceylon branches are in Maldives, Chennai, Seychelles, and for more than 50 years in London. That was Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Savings account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news. Courtesy of
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The central bank has submitted $30 million of bonds of fixed interest rate for auction. Bids were called to $59.6 million. The accepted bid value was $59.36 million. It was possible to increase bonds up to $80 million at the auction. That's economic news.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Finally, the weather report. The Met Department says several spells of showers will occur in the Sabaragama province and in the Nuwara and Kandri districts. A few showers will occur in the Western province and in Galle and Mathura districts. Fairly strong winds up to 50 kilometers per hour can be expected in the western slopes of the Central Hills and in the Hambantota district. That was the weather report.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
And now to end this news broadcast, the main points once again. Isolation status of all areas lifted. More than 1 million have been given coronavirus vaccines within 2 days. The circular issued calling all public servants to work as usual from Monday. Vehicle importers are to hold discussions with the finance minister. Nike says the pair of shoes with LTT symbol is not a product of the company. Coffee producing villages are to be established targeting the export market. Veteran actress Hyacinth Vijayaratna dies following a road accident. And on foreign news, Manila is to be under strict lockdown from Friday. And on sports news, the Tokyo Olympics gymnast Simone Biles withdraws from 2 more events. That ends this news broadcast.